without permit if there's no
Claro,
permit.
claro, eso es lo que estamos. Y tenemos varios ya, tenemos, porque tú me enviaste también. Ahí están ellos. Bueno.
El injunction no sabemos porque es por hora.
Mire, yo mismo tiro una cámara esta vez.
Es un lawsuit, you have to file a lawsuit. No es
Sí, y caros son esos, son los GoPro, esos son caros. Eso te costó 500 pesos esa meridica.
Sí. Este es el mismo que dijo shut up last time. Este viejito es el que dijo shut up la última vez.
Yeah, that camera's new. That's a GoPro. It's like $500.
Maybe it belongs to them.
I don't think so. I think it belongs to us. It's nice to know they're buying good stuff of this.
That the attorney, the original attorney left, so now we're paying $250. We have a stage to show, paying $250 for and now we're paying these guys back.
Ese pelo largo es una peluca que se mete. Mira el de ahí abajo, cortito.
Sí, los de aquí abajo se ve que son diferentes.
Sí, son extensiones.
Bueno, pero he has the right, they have the pero mientras que ellos eran el board.
Ahora me siento bien que me cortó mi pelo. Me ve bonito para la cámara.
Ay, madre, cállate. Oye, vine con mi mamey, yo compré un mamey en el tropical. Oye, son unas pruebas de mamey. Está a $2 la libra, está barato porque en el pobre está carísimo.
Me acuerdo, antes a mi papá le gustaban los batidos de eso.
Batido, con leche condensada y hielito, en una batidora. Sale como si fuera un helado.
Mi tía ponía los en el restaurante, ella lo tenía frisado en un saquito.
Sí, frisado.
Había que meterlo así.
Sí, así es como. Pero aquí, tú no lo has comprado ahí en el pueblo, en el tropical. Cuando vayas, compra.
María, si quiere lo pone atrás de Jorge y así le sale mejor el sonido. Porque lo va a tirar el sonido para mí. Póngalo atrás de ella. Ay, perfecto. Sí, no, y también no, el sonido me sale mejor porque tengo reflexiones. Como un speakerphone casi. Sí, se ve perfecto.
Se metió.
Es que no. Ahí el último.
¿Qué cosa es eso, no? Eso repartió otra vez ella. Bueno, va a pieza.
$1.6 millones. Están loquitos. Quieren cobrar eso ahora.
¿Qué?
They want to charge a 1 point. That was a permit they wanted to get.
Not now. It can't be done now.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Evan Spivak, Regional Manager with AHG. I'd like to call the meeting to order date Friday, May 3rd, 2019. Place to play, Bayshore Tennis Yacht Club, posted 48 hours, like I said, in advance for Florida statute. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. President, would you like to call the meeting to order?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Proof of notice again was posted. Reading of minutes of the prior meeting, would you like to waive?
I'll waive.
Okay, item number 4, recall of board members.
Okay, I'd like to address the recall petition, and, yeah, my name is Mark Perlman, I'm the attorney for the association. What we're gonna do here tonight is we're going to place into the official records of the association those ballots that are going to be the subject of the dispute, and then the board is gonna vote on whether or not to accept or to reject these series of ballots. Now, the first category of ballots consists of voting rights that have been suspended. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8 units that cast ballots whose voting rights were suspended for not paying their maintenance. At the board meeting on April 5th, 2019, the board of directors voted to suspend those people who were 90 days late pursuant to statute. And I do have a copy of the minutes that will be introduced, as well as the delinquency report of April 27th of 19, which is the day after the recall petition was received. So on the date that the recall petition was received, the delinquency report shows shows the delinquencies as being more than 90 days. So we'll put that into the official records of the association as well. In connection with that, we have the votes of the following suspended.
Ay, mata eso para después.
We have the votes of the following suspended unit numbers for being on the delinquency list of being more than 90 days. It's unit 106, unit number 301, unit number 302, unit number 814, unit number 914.
Págalo. No va a colar más ya.
Unit number 114, unit number 602, and unit number 907. So we have further support of the suspension of these units by the letters that were written to the unit owners, each one, including the report of how much was due by those unit owners, and certified mail receipts showing that these letters were sent out on April 8th. So that is the package that consists of the official records of the association showing that these 8 unit owners were not entitled, or had their voting rights suspended, and therefore may or may not have been entitled to a vote. The board will take a vote on that at the conclusion of this, after there's some further discussion.
How many?
There are
8. 94 votes remaining.
The next category of documents that will be the subject of the board's determination is a category consisting of unit owners who have had ballots cast and did not provide voting certificates. Now, voting certificates are required where a unit is owned by more than one person, and under your bylaws, including husband and wife, or by a corporation or other legal entity. And there have been various voting certificates submitted, but for these units that I'm now about to discuss, these units did not submit voting certificates. Right, and that would be unit number 103. Which is owned by an LLC, and no voting certificate was received. Unit number 215, which is owned by two persons, and the ballot was only signed by one. Oh, excuse me, unit 215 is owned by a corporation, and there's no voting certificate. Next file. And we have both the ballot and the deed showing that the corporation is the owner. Unit number 216 is also in the name of an LLC. We have the ballot, which is signed by an individual, and there's no voting certificate, and we have the deed also showing that the property is owned by an LLC. Unit number 301 is owned by two people. And
That's double dipping.
there is no voting certificate on unit number 301.
You disqualify that under the delinquent.
Well, it could be more than one reason. Unit number 314, the deed is in the name of two people, however, the ballot is only cast by one person. So a voting certificate would have been required, it was not filed, and both the ballot and the deed are being made part of the association records. Unit number 414 is owned by an LLC, and there's no voting certificate. Unit number 905 is owned by an LLC, and there's no voting certificate. We have both the ballot and the deed showing ownership in the name of the LLC. Unit number 909 is owned in the name of an LLC, there's no voting certificate. And 601 as well. Unit 601 is also in the name of an LLC, and there's no voting certificate.
Drop the paper.
So we can get from the office 601. I don't have that. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ballots that were cast where voting certificates were
You only
required
mentioned 9.
and not,
Which one is the
and not
10?
provided. 601 would be the test.
No, but that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're still missing 1. 103, 215, 216, 301 is a duplicate from the delinquency. 314, 414, 905, 909, 601. That's 9, including the double.
1008.
1008.
That wasn't.
And you don't mind repeating the delinquent? It's only 8.
We'll do it at the end.
5, 6, 7.
¿Sabes qué va a hacer esto? Ya van a pagar a este abogado. So.
Okay, here, I do have the documents for 601, which is, according to the County Property Appraiser's Office owned by an LLC, and, there's no voting certificates. Put this on the file.
¿Para qué es eso?
What about 10?
Para lo que está. $102. Okay. There's 103 and one was so 102. Okay.
Here's the 1008 ticket. Anyway, it's owned by a corporation and there's no voting certificate on it.
Did Steven check his email? Because I know 1008 for sure sent it by email.
So,
And we know like a lot of owners have had issues with Steven missing emails and missing checks.
But you served us with the process server.
Sorry.
We got served by process server, not by email.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that the voting certificates were sent by email to Steven. So I wanna make sure, and that means that they were on file.
Were they included in the papers that we received and we got served with?
They should have been included, but besides that, the owners emailed Steven. I just wanna make sure you checked the email of the
I
association.
checked what I got served.
Well, but you should, Steven also should check his email, because when owners are writing to the management company of this building, that means if they send by email a voting certificate, it means that he needs to put them on file. And what Perman is saying here is that these voting certificates are not on file. So my question again is, Steven, did you check your emails for these units and make sure that you didn't
I
have
printed them out, yes, but I
these
was
voting
told.
certificates?
Yes, but
Because I have the copies and,
Can I answer you?
yes.
Okay. No, I was told that whatever was served is what we had to work from, not what was emailed to me.
That's not correct.
No, because Michael Furman just said, whatever voting certificate they didn't have on file.
Well, that
So
was what
on
was served.
file means that if you're the management company, receive these voting certificates, those voting certificates are on file.
That's correct. If
That's
they were
correct.
if they were received before the Friday that the petition came in,
Right.
then they should be counted, they should be usable.
Okay.
And there was never any
Okay, so can
confirmation
you,
of
in the
receipt.
meantime, go to
to
the
Steven.
office and recheck your emails? If not, I'll have to send them to you tonight, but,
Well, it's too late now.
Mr. Perman,
well, it's too late, but this is.
If you want later on, I can do the software auditing. You guys know how good I am at digging stuff
Easy
out.
there. Yeah.
Okay, excuse me.
There was
This is-
never any confirmation
not-
of receipt
this is not the-
when we emailed those.
This is not the
certificates.
subject of a debate.
Oh,
The rules are that if the email voting certificate was received before the date of the petition, then they are to be counted and utilized.
Mr.
Okay.
Perlman, but he's saying they
Excuse me,
received them.
Let me get this out, and this is not the subject of a debate, we're not gonna debate this.
He just said he didn't
I'm gonna tell
count
you
it.
what the rules are, and we're gonna follow the rules, and if you're not happy with the result tonight, you have a legal remedy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there were email, voting certificates received after April 26th, the date that the petition was filed.
No, they were.
He said they were
before.
received
Excuse me,
before.
can I finish a sentence, and please don't interrupt me, and please don't argue with me.
Wow,
It's
this
not-
is what we told you to
I
get the
am
hell out the
just-
last night.
It's not a monologue, Mr.
Jesus.
Perlman. The gentleman just
Do you want
said.
me- do you want
She's
me to
our
excuse-
lawyer, sir. She's our
No,
lawyer.
the
You
gentleman.
wanna be excused?
No, I'm not, you
All right,
can't
well,
excuse
you're
me.
interrupting,
You can't,
so-
you don't have the right to excuse me, that's number one. And number two, the gentleman just admitted in front of all of these people that those were from before, sir.
And two
So-
cameras.
2 times, he just
Listen,
admitted that those were from before, they should be counted.
You are interrupting the meeting, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you continue to interrupt the meeting, the board will make a motion to have
This
you
board no
excluded.
longer sits, Mr. Perlman.
That's incorrect.
It is, I'm gonna
That
have
is
to.
incorrect.
I have to, I'll wait for you because we need minutes to show the
You'll-
breakdown. Let's get everything on the minutes and then we'll
You will
discuss.
get your minutes, but this is not the subject of a debate.
The people have the right to
rules are-
speak.
Would you stop talking?
No, you stop
You are
talking.
rude, sir. You are very rude.
Don't
Your
stop
manners are
talking.
terrible.
If you don't stop talking, the board will make a motion.
The
to have
board
you
is sitting
excused.
here. This is no longer the board. As of the day of the recall, they no longer
That's
serve,
false.
Mr.
That's
Perlman.
false.
When,
Then what are you doing here?
I'm gonna reach
If-
it,
if-
I'm gonna explain to you.
Are you gonna shut up and let her talk or not?
She's our lawyer.
No, I don't
What a rude this guy.
Well, I'm gonna wait until you recognize me, and then I'm gonna may I explain something to you? Mr. Perlman?
All right, so the rules.
Sir,
the
she's
rules-
talking. She's talking, sir.
Don't interrupt me, or we'll have you excluded as well.
The unit owners have the right to
The
speak.
rules
This is not a
are-
monologue, sir.
The rules are that.
Relax.
That if the voting certificate comes in before the recall petition, then they're counted.
Well, the
If they
gentleman
come
just
in-
said they came in
If they
before.
come in afterwards, they're not counted, and there were some that came in afterwards.
Okay, but the man
In
just said he
addition,
didn't
once
count the ones that came in
ballots are
before.
submitted to the boards, there can be no changes, there can be no additions, there can be no withdrawals. Having said that, we have now explained the recall submitted
give me
with no
this
voting
department later.
certificates, which consists of.
Let's get the
1, 2,
minutes
3,
straight.
4, 5, 6 units.
Didn't you initially said it was 10 minus a double dipping of 1 will be 9, now it's 6?
The total right now is
The next-
15.
Okay,
The next category of votes that will be the subject of the Board of Directors voting will be recall ballots submitted with voting certificates where the voting certificates were not signed. And with regard to that, we have, and I'd like the unit owners to be clear about this, that some of these voting certificates were submitted with typed names or printed names. However, the statute and the administrative code required signatures, and there were no signatures. So that would be first unit 102. And on 102, the voting certificate was printed. 104, the voting certificate was printed. In each instance, we're placing as part of the official records of the association both the ballot and the voting certificate. Now, with regard to unit 104, it was signed by an individual. However, I have a warranty deed indicating that the property is owned in an LLC, so a voting certificate was required. Unit 202 is owned by a corporation, and the voting certificate is not signed. And I have the deed showing the ownership by the corporation, and the voting certificate is blank, it's just not signed. Unit number 215 is in the name of the corporation, and the voting certificate is not signed. Unit number 307 is in the name of a corporation, and the voting certificate is printed, it's not signed. Unit number 309, the voting certificate is printed for the corporation. Unit number 315, the voting certificate is typed, it's not signed. Unit number 402, the voting certificate is just printed. It's not signed. Unit number 408 is printed. The voting certificate is printed. Unit number 410 is printed. Both the voting certificate and the ballot. Unit number 610 is owned by 2 people, and the voting certificate is printed, it's not signed. Unit number 703 is owned by an LLC.
7 what?
703 is owned by LLC, and the voting certificate is printed. Unit number 708 is owned by an LLC, and the voting certificate is typed, and the ballot is the subject of an electronic signature. Unit number 709 is owned by an LLC, and the voting certificate is printed. Unit number 711 is owned by a corporation, and the voting certificate is printed. Unit number 908 is owned by a corporation, the unit owner is the voting certificate is printed. Unit number 915 is owned by a LLC, and the voting certificate is printed, it's not stamped. Unit number 1010 is owned by an LLC, and there's no voting certificate. Unit number 1612 is owned by an LLC. And the
No,
voting
1612.
1012, I'm sorry. 1012 is owned by an LLC, and the voting certificate is printed.
And the one
Unit
before,
number CU1 is owned by a corporation, and the voting certificate is printed. Unit number CU2 is owned by a corporation, and the voting certificate is printed. Unit number CU3 is owned by a corporation, and the voting certificate is printed. So we have 22
Let me
ballots.
ask you, what's the difference
that
between
have
a
been-
printed
we have-
name and a
Excuse me,
signature?
you're interrupting the meeting.
She has a question.
Well, but it's important we know this because we need to correct.
You're
it.
interrupting the meeting. We have 22
You're interrupting the meeting.
ballots. I'm conducting.
No, you're not. No, you're not conducting the meeting. You can bully whoever you want. You're not gonna bully me,
There
Mr.
are
Crumlin.
20
You need to back up.
there are
And we are paying
22
you, man, sir.
You need to back up.
Votes that have been cast.
Can you
With
please
or
answer my
no
question?
Yes.
We're asking you a question, you stupid idiot.
Boss man, listen.
We're asking you a question.
Sir,
Yes.
there's a way to speak to people.
We're asking him a
Because all that's
question,
gonna
he's
do
not
is-
answering
I
us.
get it, but let me speak for a second. On behalf of everybody, just try to, I get it. Okay, I'm not here to take sides, I'm just here to keep the peace. Okay, that's all I want. Absolutely, you guys have the right to voice your opinion, but at the same time, just from sitting back and looking, the man is talking and you are interrupting him. And vice versa, it's happening both sides, so as grown-ups, let's try to
Let him
get through
finish.
this as much as possible, but let's try to, I mean, I can't tell you not to say something. I mean, it's gonna cause more issues when we start calling people names and stuff.
Okay.
Let's let him finish. Let's let him
Sir,
finish.
I just need him to answer. What's the
I
difference?
get it, but he was in the middle of a question, in the middle of talking, and you asked a question, you're right.
He'll be
He's
done
gonna-
soon.
He needs to answer the question, but let him finish, and then,
I have a
again, I'm
question.
just speaking from over here, that's all, I just wanna keep it
I
cool.
just want to say that he was here before, and the same attitude that he had with us, he's doing now. Nobody else talk like a monologue. That's why this board is not a dictatorship. That's why this board we don't want. it.
Let's let him finish so we can
Listen,
get the record and then you
I got
can speak.
involved is because it got to that
I
point.
know.
Listen, I'm gonna
You're
tell you
allowed
what
to
I told
speak.
you last time. At the conclusion of the presentation, each unit owner will be
That's
offered
correct.
an opportunity to speak the same way you were at the last meeting. You were at the last meeting, and you know that you were granted an opportunity to speak. And we're
Let's
gonna
let him
use the same
finish.
procedure here. However, before we get there, the board is going to place in the official records of the association the ballots that are being subject to being questioned. And then, once a motion is made and seconded, and discussion is opened up to the floor, everybody will be given a chance to speak.
Okay.
So when I say that you're interrupting the meeting, that's what I mean. At this stage of the meeting, we need to get through this section, and once we do, then you'll be given an opportunity to speak the same way we did last time.
Agreed.
I'll do
Right,
the
and then,
11 linkages.
finally, the association has had its, the company, Alliance Management and Consulting, look into all of these ballots. It's the company that they've used for years, and they're the ones that have pulled out the problems that arise with the casting of these ballots. Those documents that I just presented as the official records of the association were the subject of the determination that was made by the company. In addition to that company, the board also had a forensic document examiner examine handwriting on some of the questionable signatures. And there is a report that we're going to make as part of the official records of the association, in which the handwriting expert says that the signatures are not, his words are, the signatures do not bear commonality to known specimens. And on those units, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 units that have those.
What's next, a phrenologist?
Question units, yes, and those question signatures by the handwriting expert are unit 101, 106, 301, 302, 304, 305, 307, 308, 314, 412, 507, 602,
Slow down.
602,
That's our units, we could sign here.
806, 907.
I'm sorry. Which one was it, 6?
That's my unit, I'm here, so I could sign up here.
After
I mean, this is
602.
ridiculous what you're doing.
602 is yours?
What's after 602?
602, 611, 806, and 907.
We have yours as
611 and
503,
what?
not 602.
602, 611, 806, and 907. Now, having put all of these records into the official records of the association, now would be the time to make a motion to either accept or to reject these ballots and to determine whether or not to certify the written recall agreement.
Mr. Perlman.
Is there such a motion being made?
Before the motion is made, Mr. Perlman, I'm sorry, I have to correct you.
Yes.
So, with all due respect,
Yes.
for a professional and a colleague who's seasoned in condo, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the paragraph that allows them to certify or not certify was removed in 2017. That was removed by House Bill 1237. There is no more that they can certify or not.
Are you finished?
No, not just yet. And I'm giving you the statute here, which explains that as of the moment that they were served, the new board took over. A board member who's been recalled may file a petition. You can challenge it at their own expense. They're not supposed to be touching the association's funds right now.
You finished?
No, not yet. I'll let you know when. The board, have you not looked at the law in 2 years? This is from 2017.
Are you finished?
No, I'm asking a question. They are not in a position.
I am cross-examined by you.
This has
Do
been.
you have anything else to say?
They can't take a vote right now.
Anything else?
No.
You're not getting paid for this?
They're not, yeah, they're not in a position to pay you or to hire you. This is the board that is sitting as of, and I call the division. Were you not aware that
This is coming out of your pockets, guys.
Do you have anything else to
Whatever
say?
you charge.
Well, I'd like to ask if whether or not you're aware of the fact that there can be no certification or non-certification at this meeting. They're not authorized to vote.
Do you have anything else to say?
You're breaking the
I'd
law?
like to introduce you to the law of 2017, and I'll leave this in the statute, it's right there. You're advising them wrong.
Are you finished?
No, I'm not finished yet. I don't think that there should be a vote, and I think that we should motion to not have a vote. This is the new sitting board president as of the day that they were served. They are not authorized, it specifically says here, they are not authorized
Is the
to.
motion being made?
You can make any motion you want.
102 owners want you out.
All right, so now they're.
They have the right to arbitrate, what they don't have the right to do is to do it, they don't have the right to continue to serve during the arbitration process. Are you not aware of
Is
that?
there any further discussion on the motion? Is anybody?
Are you aware or
Are
not?
you aware of the
Can you
new
please
law, sir?
answer her?
Are you just gonna play ignorant or answer?
I'm I'm aware of it.
So why are you not
So
aware?
why are you
why?
not aware
Why
of
would
this?
that,
If you're a
excuse me,
lawyer.
sir, let me ask you something.
Because you're charging
Let me ask you something,
$350.
we are paying you, okay? Why you have that,
According to
excuse
her,
me,
you're
sir,
not.
why
The way you're acting, you
are having that attitude with us? That you're receiving our money, why you have that attitude?
Is there
Why?
any discussion on the
Are you
motion?
defending them?
Is there any?
You know what, it's okay, if you
have
cannot defend them, sir, you have to defend the association, sir.
Is there anything
And
else you'd
there
like
is
to
a
say?
law, we are well already educated about that law, and it's been in the news, okay, about that law. So let me tell you, what you're saying, what she's asking you, is not proper from professional, not for you to answer. I'm sorry.
Are you finished?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Not conceding the right of this board to take a vote by this vote, the prior vote. I am asking you whether, when you made a decision to disqualify the apartments in arrears, there's a legal issue and a legal challenge to your interpretation. But also, if you look at the commentaries of the division's actions with respect to votes to validate for arrears, is it your position that arguendo, your position is defensible in terms of disqualifying those votes, but is it your position that after that, the total number of verified voting interest should be reduced by the total number of apartments in arrears? Is it your position that that does not apply?
yeah, the statute says that in order to recall, you have to have a majority of the total votes.
Right, and so what I'm asking you is, I've looked at the commentary and I've looked at cases where the arbitrator has made a determination that apartments that were disqualified, the voting interests that were disqualified should have been reduced from the total number of apartments from which you have to get 50% plus one.
I suppose that's an issue that you can raise before the arbitrator.
Yes, absolutely.
Anybody else have any comments on the balance?
So I have a question. Are you aware of this law or are you not?
I'm aware of the law. Any other
Okay.
questions on the balance?
So my question is, who is paying you this money to do this research, the hours that you have taken to take these photos off, or who has paid the person that said that the signatures were not valid? Who was paid?
I haven't been paid yet, so I anticipate that the board would pay my bill. I don't know who paid the forensic handwriting examiner. Or if it-
Okay, so you're billing them specifically, these two people from the board. You're
Correct.
not billing Bayshore, right?
My bill will go to the condominium association.
To the what?
Condominium association.
Good luck
Okay,
with
but
that.
that's
The
not what the
question-
law says.
The question that you should be raising are with regard to the balance. Do you have a question with regard to balance? sir?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If we have 101 votes, right, ballots, hypothetically, there are 10-8 that they are gonna be, like you are saying, well, the voting because they were behind assessment, and all of those units that you mentioned here. But if we go back to those units and we tell them, listen, there's a technicality here, you print it, we get the voting certificates again. The majority, 101, do not trust this board. This is not a dictatorship, this is a volunteer job. But we are gonna go back. If we got to get those Argentine, whoever, we're gonna get it right. But this is like they are imposing us, these people here. So everything that they do is very poor. It's a very poor, look around you, it's just a poor management. Why we wanna go with this? We're gonna go back to those people. Our lawyer is here. She can
Correct.
tell us exactly what is the way to do it right. If that's what you're saying, all of these signatures, whatever, we are gonna do it right, and we are gonna prevail here against these two, this married couple.
That is your right, sir. Any other?
I have a question. Ms. Lies, our fine attorneys, has stated that the recall takes effect on April 26th. Now, are you aware that the Sun State Builders has tried to approve a contract for $1,598,000 as of May 1st, which I have given a copy to Ms. Narvaez. So that was done illegally for a fraudulent repair of our balconies on the east side, so that Mr. Hagstrom can do new glass balconies with the excuse of replacing the railings, which they have no railings because in 1963 everything was built solid concrete. So now I came across the files at the City of Norway Village that there is subject to approval next week of a $1,598,000 repair job for the east balconies, which are not needed, which they were trying to pass it on $8.8 million as $2.2 million included in the $8 million, and which was rejected by the majority of the unit owners here in the meeting. And the following day, he had the nerve to sign a contract with Sun State Builders to do that scope of work, which is outside of the scope of work permitted under Permit 2018-475, which allowed for the restoration prior to painting of our whole building. And it only included some small minor patches in the ceilings of our catways, and it included some expansion joints, about 10 of them in the 10 floors, and all of a sudden now has turned into a $1,598,000 structural job. Are you aware of that?
Do you have any questions about the ballots, Mason?
I got one.
It is about the ballot because they're not authorized to bind the association as of that time. If you're saying that they signed a contract for $1.5 million after they were recalled, that's a very serious allegation. Are you sure about that?
They're trying to pass it. They're trying to do a change of order.
They're not authorized to bind the association.
Thank you very much.
Obviously,
Thank you.
the unit owners don't want to discuss.
Well, I have this is very important. All right, this is very important. Okay, now the last few months I've been investigating ASG, these guys, all the others. I've never been able to find the linkage between Eric Levin, which is the head of ASG, or one of the top guys at ASG, and Irving Cartman. Found it in a company called Pinehurst Development Corp. I've managed to find linkages between him, between Eric Levin, between Irving Cartman, between Hannah Levin, between Michael Levin, basically the whole family, and they all seem to work out of this one address at 2533 Biscayne Boulevard, suite, I guess, N-1444. These this has to do with the management company and the fact that Irving Cartman was coming after us for $500,000. All the general fraud around the building. Just so you know, on the record, that I managed to find all the linkages between all the different guys. That's it. That's all.
Any comments on the ballots and what the board is about to vote on?
They're not gonna vote.
Okay, my question has to do with the expert that you used. Could you give me the name of the expert?
Yeah, the report is part of the official records of the association. His name is Thomas W. Vastrick, V-A-S-T-R-I-C-K.
And also, the question is related to the same thing. What did he use to compare the signatures?
The signature of the owner and probably we sent it to the forensic.
So the ones that you had in your possession before?
Yes, they buy the unit, yes.
And then you took ours and all of ours?
Matched, but some didn't.
I see. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have another question. So about the printed names and the signatures, because for example, the CU units that you mentioned there, that there's 3, we have the owner right here, Alexa. She signed them, but you're saying they're printed. So what's the difference? What's the difference between a printed, a printed and a signature?
Well, the statute requires them to be signed. It uses the word signature. So printing is not a signature. Right.
This board is not authorized to vote or to call a meeting. They're done. This is the new president. That's as of 5 days ago. I would get up and leave. Let them do their vote, and we'll take care of it on Monday.
I'm leaving. Let's go. This is not valid.
They're not recognized by any.